get advice from people who are doing it at a higher level. Take the advice, you want to play tennis, play with someone who played at the highest level possible. Not your aunt because she watches tennis on TV, right? I tell this story really quick. This is a true story. One of my biggest infomercials was a book called Be a Real Estate Millionaire. Sold over 1 million copies of that book. And I did a show, I don't know if anybody's ever remember it. It was a show I did direct to camera. It was one of the first infomercials where I didn't have a host, I didn't have fancy graphics, I just had a message I wanted to deliver, and I talked for a half hour straight direct to camera, no script. And let me tell you, I'm gonna give you the backstory real quick. I was in Utah doing a small mastermind with about 15 people who spent a lot of money to spend a couple days with me. And as I'm going around the room with them, when I'm getting to them, I'm realizing why they're not going to the next level of life. It was all because of the advice of people in their lives. Some of the time it was their husband at home, their wife, their parents, their relatives. So I'm going around the room like the bad advice going on in their lives is crippling them. And I was pissed. I'm like, I need to solve this. So I called my team. Some of them were here. I'm like, I'm flying in from Utah. When I land, I want to shoot a new show. And we were in the middle of building a new studio. The studio wasn't set up, so we just literally, they grabbed the bookshelf, they just stuck a whole bunch of books on it. I remember I had a sports jacket at the office. I had shorts on and flip-flops and a sports jacket. No one knew. I even put a tie on. I sit and I just rambled to the camera for a half hour. And I didn't make it a big fancy. I had my book in my hand. I said, oh, by the way, guys, if you want to get my book, call the number at the bottom of the screen. Then I'd go back to Sharon. But in this, the reason I'm telling the story is I'm so in the moment, not paying attention. You know when you're in flow and you barely know what's coming out of your mouth?